Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Welcome back to your brothers and sisters. As we mentioned in our previous class, inshallah today what we're going to do is we're going to learn about numbers, and sometimes for quite a few students it could be quite boring and quite a bit difficult to understand. So inshallah we'll try and keep it more interesting and try and ignite some passion for numbers, inshallah. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn about numbers, and also we're going to have some lesson on time. How do we say time in Arabic, inshallah. So let's begin first with numbers, inshallah. So we know from our previous classes, from book 1 and book 2 as well, earlier we've done that the numbers in Arabic, they comes in certain groups. So we know 1 and 2, they have a different set of characteristics. 3 to 10 have certain set of characteristics, and 11 to 19 we've done so far until 11 to 19 or 11 to 20. So inshallah we're going to do 20 onwards today. So just a quick revision before we go to 20, that 1 and 2, whenever they come as a naat man'oot, and the thing which we count comes mentioned first and then the number. So if you have, for example, in English we want to say I have one pen, so the number comes first, 1, and then comes the pen, the thing. But in Arabic, so you have the thing coming first and then the number. Qalamun wahidun, qalamani ithnani. For example, what is it? Kitabun wahidun. So kitab comes first and wahidun, which is an akhun wahidun, or it's a qalamani ithnani. So 2 pens. So this is about 1 and 2, where the things will match. And we know that 3 to 10 is a special group. They behave in a certain different fashion. Here the number is mentioned first, and from 3 onwards the number comes first and then the ma'dood. So what's the special about 3 to 10 is that it comes as mudaf ilayhi. So that's the thing. And the other special characteristic of the 3 to 10 is that we use a plural form of noun. So if you have any pen, if you say 3 pens, so we use thalathatu aqlamin, so a plural noun, and the number is in the opposite gender of the thing which is counted. That's the speciality from wherever the 3 starts, whether it is 3 to 10 or 13 or 23. So wherever the 3 comes, from 3 what happens is we use a gender of the number opposite to the thing which is counted. If qalamun is muzakkar, so it is thalathatu aqlamin. So that's the characteristic of 3 till 9 or 3 till 10. So this characteristic is maintained throughout the digit count. So from 3 to 13 to 23 and 33, inshallah. So this keep in mind. So we're going to go forward, and for example we say thalathatu kutubin, arba'atu kutubin, khamsatu kutubin, sittatu kutubin. So kutub, kitab is muzakkar, so and then when we use a muannas number, so if it a ma'dood is muannas and the adad will become muzakkar. For example, if we say thalathu hadiqatin, hadiqatin is gardens, arba'u majallatin, khamsu mumarridatin, 5 nurses, sittu mudarrisatin, 6 female teachers, sab'u mudarrisatin, 7 female teachers. So these are the ways where the numbers are mentioned in Arabic. So going forward again, so 11 to 20. Okay, so here 11 to 20, again the same thing. Whenever there is 1 and 2, the numbers match in all the aspects. And the 11 to 20, the 11 to 19, the digits, they are mabni. So everything will have fatha, fatha, fatha. Ahada ashara, ithna ashara. And when the 3 comes, then what happens is the genders of the number and the thing counted changes. So 13 will be thalathata ashara taliban. So the ashara part will remain same as the thing counted, but whereas the 3, 4, 5, from 3 the things will be on the opposite gender. So this is the example for طالبا. If you want to say أحد عشر طالبا, اثنا عشر طالبا, ثلاثة عشر طالبا, أربعة عشر طالبا, خمسة عشر طالبا. But if you want to go to مؤنث, if you go forward and we say مؤنث, so we'll say, so 11, 12 will match the معدود. So 11 for the muzakkar was أحد, and for the muannas will be إحدى. إحدى عشرة. So the sheen will get sukoon. That's the change here. Whereas the muzakkar عشرة will be with the fatha. إحدى عشرة طالبة. إثنة عشرة طالبة. And from 13 the gender switches around because the 3 comes here, and from 13 to 19 will be ثلاثة عشرة طالبة. So ثلاثة and طالبة are opposite. Just a quick revision for that. And let's go forward. And عشرون. So what is عشرون? So there is no change. It remains same whether it is mudakkar or if it is muannas. So we have عشرون طالبا and عشرون طالبة. So that's the thing. And going forward, so that's until 20, and today we're going to learn from 21 to 99. So what is the concept? So here, unlike 11 where everything is together, إحدى عشرة, إثنى عشرة, ثلاثة عشرة. So here what we have here, we've got 2 parts and there is a wow in between. So we will say wow is not, which you like wow, is the letter wow, which comes to separate the 2 numbers. So 21, so we mention 1 first and then wow and then number 20 from 21. All the numbers will have wow. For example, if you want to say واحد وعشرون, واحد وعشرون. عشرون is a pattern of Jama' Mudhakkar Salim where wow is a sign of marfu, and again عشرين, عشرين, ya will be sign of mansub and majroor depending on what comes before the number. So again here واحد وعشرون, 21 رجلا. So here what comes from 11 to 99, what we get the thing counted is tamiz. So that is, it is a singular mansoob noun which is giving some detail. So whenever it is mansoob, which means it is a detail. 21, 21 of what? So we say it is rajulan, men, 21 men. So we say ithnanin ashiruna rajulan, so 22. So when we translate the bigger number first, which is 20, and then the smaller number. But in Arabic we write the smaller number first and mention the smaller number first and then the bigger number. That's the rule. And we know that when thalasatu comes, then the things change, the switches around, the gender will change, where wahidun and ithnanin will match the ma'dud. And when 3 comes, then thalathatu wa ishruna rajulan. So when we have mudhakkar ma'dud, then we have muannath number. Arba'atun wa ishruna rajulan. So here we use indefinite double tanween. Arba'atun wa ishruna rajulan. So if you want to go again forward, so khamsatun wa ishruna, 25, 25 men. It's 26. Sittatun wa ishruna rajulan. Sab'atun wa ishruna rajulan, 27. 28 will be thamaniyatun wa ishruna rajulan. 29 will be tis'atun wa ishruna rajulan. And what about 30? So we know the 10 sequence, like ishrun wa thalathun, arba'un, khamsun. So all this will be same. They don't change for mudhakkar and muannas. The part starting from 3 will change the sequence, the gender, depending on the ma'dud. So thalathuna rajulan, 30 men. So that's about numbers from 21 to 30. So we'll do again the muannas ma'dud in a future session, but today just to keep it simple, so we're just going to concentrate. And that's the rule basically, where we have 21 and 22 will match the ma'dud, both the numbers. Ishirun, we know, doesn't change whether whatever ma'dud comes, whereas 1, 2 and 3, these are the patterns which change. 1, 2 will remain the same, and from 3 then the gender changes, so we need to keep it in mind, inshallah. So let's do our lesson on time, inshallah, today. So how do we say the time in Arabic? So you want to see or watch and say what's the time. So we should be able to, after this class, we should be able to tell it in Arabic, inshallah. So time here, when we mention it as a naat man'ut. So that should make us clear that. And what is naat man'ut here? The time is mentioned, the word time, as-sa'atu, and the number and the hour is mentioned later, and the both will match. So let's have a look. The time is called as-sa'a, sa'atu. So if it is 1 o'clock, so how do we say 1 o'clock? So we say, so first we'll bring the time, as-sa'atu al-wahidatu. See, wahidatu. So here, so it will both match. And the pattern, the number pattern here is fa'ilun or fa'ilatun. So that's the pattern. So as-sa'atu wahidatu. So if you want to see what's 2 o'clock, we'll say as-sa'atu thaniyatu. So normally when you're talking, the ta marbuta is pronounced as ha. We say as-sa'atu thaniyah or as-sa'atu wahida. So that's how it's normal in colloquial where it's said, but in grammatical terms it's naat man'ut. So we have as-sa'atu thalithatu. So these are the ordinal numbers. If you remember, as-thalithatu, rabi'atu. So that's the pattern which we use here. And 4 o'clock will be as-sa'atu rabi'atu, as-sa'atu rabi'atu. And 5 o'clock will be as-sa'atu khamisatu. And 6 o'clock will be as-sa'atu sadisatu, 6 o'clock. And what will be 7 o'clock? As-sa'atu sabi'atu. 8 o'clock will be as-sa'atu thaminatu. And 9 o'clock will be as-sa'atu tasi'atu. This hour will be tasi'atu. And 10 o'clock will be as-sa'atu ashiratu. So this is the thing. And 11 o'clock, how do we say? So 11 o'clock will be as-sa'atul hadiyata ashara. So we use hadiya. So wahidun, and the feminine will be hadiyatun. So as-sa'atul hadiyata ashrata. So all will be fatha fatha mansub. And 2 o'clock will be as-sa'atul thaniyata ashara. The thaniyata will become from ithnain. So let's move forward. So that's the hours, how we say. And how do we say if there is 5 minutes, 10 minutes past, or it is 5 to 10, and what are the ways to say? To say past, so we use wow is added, and then number of minutes past is mentioned. For example, if you want to say wow is used as a past, we say 5 minutes past 3. So 5 past 3, that's what it said. In Western countries here, 5 past 3, it says as-sa'atu thalithatu wa khamsa daqaiq. So you say wa khamsa daqaiq and 5 minutes. So the time is 3 o'clock and 5 minutes. But it's 5 past 3. 10 past 3 will be wa ashara daqaiq. So you know that's the same number rule is applied here, but we just have to use the daqaiq means minutes. Daqiqatun is 1 minute. Daqaiq means minutes, plural. So if you want to say quarter past or 3:15, so here normally it says quarter past. Quarter means roba. So from quarter, so we use what is called as a fractional number. It's 1/4, means roba. So we say as-sa'atu thalithatu wa roba. The time is 3 o'clock. That is quarter past 3. So if it is 20, that means here we say thuluth. Thuluth means 1/3. So 20 minutes is 1/3 of an hour. So we use 1/3. So it's 20 past is what? Thuluth. Thuluthun. So as-sa'atu thalithatu wa thuluth is 20 past 3 here. we'll say 3:30. It's easy. Half is nisf. So you say as-saatu thalithatu one nisf. So how do we say if it is 1/2? And what do we do? Say to say 2, illa is added. So if you say 25 minutes to 2 or 20 minutes to 3 or quarter to 3 or quarter to 4. So how do we say? So to illa is used to translate 2. So if you say 5 minutes to 4, so how do we say 5 to 4? So we say illa khamsa daqaiqa. So it's as-saatu rabi'atu illa khamsa daqaiqa. It's 5 minutes to 4. It's very long to write, but the way it says is 5 minutes to 4. That's the way in Arabic. You say 10 minutes to 4. 10 to 4 if you want to say. You say as-saatu rabi'atu illa 10 daqaiq. So if it is quarter to 4, quarter to again, so quarter and 20 minutes will be use the fractions. So we use rubu'an. So quarter to will be as-saatu rabi'atu illa rubu'. So quarter to 4. It's still 15 minutes to 4. About 20 minutes to 4. So you say as-saatu rabi'atu illa thuluth. So these are the way how the time is said and the number count from 21 to 30 or 21 to 19 in the same pattern. So inshallah, as we speak, as we write, inshallah, as we go along, these things will become clear. So it's very important to revise and keep practicing. So before we finish our class, what we're going to do is we're going to just revise few words what we did in our previous class so that we understand a little bit better. So mubakkiran, we mentioned that it is a hal, and mutaakhiran is opposite of it, which is also a hal, which is its condition, early and late. Mubakkiran means early and mutaakhiran means late. Another thing about hal is that hal matches the person which is in the hal, in the condition. So if it is a muzakkar, the hal is describing a person is a muzakkar, then it will be a muzakkar. And if the hal is describing a condition of a muannath, then it will be muannath. So let's give some example. So if here we see mubakkiran is used, so it is muzakkar. So this can be dhahabtu or dhahabta. So dhahabtu ila al-madrasatil yawma mubakkiran if it is a male. Wa raja'tu ila al-bayti mutaakhiran. So I returned. I went is a past tense. I went to the madrasa today. Al-yawma zarf today. Mubakkiran it's mansoob, indefinite noun, that's a hal, early. Wa raja'tu, and I returned. Ila al-bayti, to house. Mutaakhiran, late. So if it was a feminine, so it will be mubakkiratan and mutaakhiratan. Let's give some examples like dhahabat Layla. So Layla is a muannas, so it will be the appropriate fa'al. Dhahabat Layla ila al-jami'ati mutaakhiratan. So the Layla went to Jami'a late. Mutaakhiratan. That's the hal, that's condition. What condition she went? She went late. And zahabatit, so because it is zahabat, but it has to have hamzatul wasl, so that cannot be pronounced. So iltiqai sakinaini, so that's why, and lam has sukun as well, so we produce kasra here. Zahabatit tabibatu, so the doctor, the female doctor went. Al-yawma, today, zarf. Zahabatit tabibatu al-yawma ila al-mustashfa, to the hospital. Mubakkiratan, so early. What condition did she go? She went early. So this is how noun is used. And another quick concept which Dr. Abdul Rahim explains at this stage is the use of zarf baina. Baina means between. So the noun which follows, we know after what comes after the zarf is mudaf ilayhi. So after baina we have a majroor noun. So for example, if here Jalasa Hamidun baina Bilalin wa Faisalin. So Hamidun Jalasa means he sat. So Hamidun sat baina, between Bilalin baina Bilalin wa Faisalin. Wow ataf, and Faisalin is ma'tufun ala Bilalin. This is how the baina is used. However, baina has a special characteristic. That's why it's been mentioned here separately, because whenever a pronoun is attached to baina, like bainahu, bainaha, bainahum, bainaha, bainahuma, bainahunna, bainaka, bainakum, bainaki, bainakuma, bainakunna, baini, bainana. So whenever there's a pronoun, then the baina is repeated between the two pronouns. For example, if you say hada baini wa bainaka, this is between you and me. So if you say, we just don't say hada baini wa anta. So that's not the way it's between me and you. So we have to use a pronoun. So baina is repeated. Hada baini wa bainaka. Hada al-qissa baina huwa bainahum. So this story is between him and them. So that is how the baina is repeated. Just small tips to understand Quran, inshallah. So inshallah we will continue with our lesson number 11 in our next session, and until then practice the numbers and remember the concept of numbers in Arabic: 1 to 2, 3 to 9, 3 to 10, 11 to 19 and 20 to 99, inshallah. So and we'll see you again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.